What is going on, everyone? My name is Javi, and in this video I'm going to tell you exactly what ads are working right now and what angles you should take. By the way, it's Christmas Eve, so happy holidays. I appreciate you spending your time here with me, so I'm going to give you guys a lot of value so you can go out there and make some money. Now, if you don't know who I am, I pretty much help the financial industry like funding companies, credit companies, even some insurance businesses go from 10K to 100K per month by implementing the exact same system that allowed me to scale my own funding company to 300K per month. So let's jump right into it because I don't want to waste no more of your time. Here's pretty much some of the ads that are working right now. After the enrollment update, I've probably already spent like about $140-ish thousand dollars, and these are the ads that I've seen that have worked not only for me, but also for my clients. Now, essentially, you have multiple styles of ads that are working right now, right? There's testimonials. And if the style testimonials, however you wanted to do it, honestly, you could do it kind of like this, like, side by side Zoom call, and then your text in the bottom or the top, whatever you want. You can also do. They could do also a selfie style testimonial, right? Or they could do just something like this, also almost selfie style, but in their office, right? Those are some testimonial style ads that are currently working right now. And then I'm gonna explain exactly from top of funnel, bottom of funnel, and middle of funnel. I'm sorry, I missed that one. Essentially, right now, you wanna have all types of creative in one ad set from top of funnel, middle funnel, and bottom of funnel, which we're gonna talk about that in a sec. Another type of ads that are really working right now are talking head style, right? So these are the most common ones. So it's podcast style and talking heads. Essentially, it's just you facing the camera. It could be also like completely, raw, like how I'm in this setup right now, like literally just like this. I'm just speaking to the camera. That works a lot for our clients. It just not really edited. Is literally raw, right? So you record it, then you upload it. So there's some two type of styles. This ad actually has made me a crap ton of money, and it's just me in my office. Actually, I stood up the desk, and then I just started saying the copy, essentially what I wrote down. So that's some style ads that are really working right now for our clients. And again, this is not edited. There's no fancy editing, fancy transaction. It just literally like this video right here, like how I'm talking and communicating, whatever. How this video is gonna be uploaded to YouTube is literally how I'll upload the ads. It's usually 30 seconds up to a minute and 30 seconds, something like that. But they're working extremely well. The less edited we've seen, the better it's performing. So just be cautious of that because I know a lot of people like to highly produce their ads, and lately the non-produced ads are performing a lot better. Okay, so you can do it like like this, or you can do it like kind of like selfie style. Well, not selfie style, I'm sorry, like with a camera right in front of you, or you could do it on your office. They both work very well. Another style is results based, right? So this usually for like middle and bottom of funnel type of individuals, people who already know you and they're trying to like push them over the edge. The testimonials and results based style are the ones that are really working very well for that. So you can have many different ways. For us, it's like education style, actual proof of clients, hundreds of our clients of us getting results, hundreds of testimonials and case studies. We send out a bunch of awards this year. I think in total it was like almost 20. This is tweet style, but results based and actually just showing results. Okay, so those are really, really good for middle and bottom of funnel. Then we have carousel style. Carousel style are working extremely well for DM funnels. So if you're running a DM funnel right now, highly recommend you trying a carousel style. And I'm gonna get to a second what's the really most important about all these ads, but carousel are crushing it. And what if you don't know what like how a carousel ad will be one picture, this will be the second picture, this will be the third picture, this will be the fourth picture, this will be the fifth picture, and the fifth picture essentially you make the call out, right? There's another carousel ad that's worked for us very well. And essentially what you're saying, it could be a case study, it could be results driven, it could be just like, hey, here's how we do this, right? But all you're doing, instead of having to do it all in one video or in one picture, you're describing that story in multiple ways. Okay, so that's another style of video, another style of ads that's working very well. Now for me, my favorite style of ads are statics, right? Statics, the reason why I love them is because I could produce a lot of these ads, right, at a very large volume, which is my favorite thing. I want to find a format that I could create ads consistently without me being the bottleneck, which it happens a lot with our clients. We have clients that literally their bottleneck was that they were not testing enough, they're not creating enough ads. So static ads fixes that, because not only it could be created by AI, but you can quickly make one of these ads in Canva or on your phone. So this is a static ad that was created by AI. This is an X style ad, like a tweet sorry, style ads that you just pretty much giving your pitch here. And these also a note style ads. So these are all statics, but all of these ads, well, this is the AI created it within seconds. This took me less than 5 minutes. This took me another less than 5 minutes. And both of these ads was actually created on an airport. Like I was on the way on, I think it was Colorado. And these ads were created like pretty much one on my phone and one in Canva on my computer. Literally on the plane, I created like maybe 20 something ads. Very simple, right? Because as the AI was generating this static, I was creating a X style or tweet style type of ad or note style. We have different examples here, but there's another one that is very, very good. It's literally pitching my whole offer in one picture. There's another tweet style ad, another note style ads. There's another one. You can also change the color if you want. You can put it blue, you can put it orange, you can put it purple. It all depends what you want. This ad, honestly, this ad was created by my wife, and this ad probably made me, God, man, I think over $800,000, and we probably spent like 70 grand on this ad, on just this static ads. This ad, I ran it last year, and we ran it for like almost 6 months, and we tried different, like this one, but just changing the words a bit and stuff like that. And this ad was literally, my wife came into the office and I was working, and she just took a picture, like 2 different angles of me working. She put the text on top, and it just hit a home run, and we made a lot of money from it. This is another style. So so she was in the backyard in a pool, whatever. Took a picture of her. Also made us a lot of money. And then these two are also AI generated that made us a good chunk of money. Right now, our highest ROI ads are static AI ads. So pretty much ads that were created by AI, and they're bringing a lot of good qualified people, and some of these people are even paying in full, which is pretty fucking nuts. So this is why I love this type of ads, because I could literally produce 200 a week if I wanted to, right? And the more you can produce, the more you can test, the faster you get to your winning creative, the faster you can make a shit ton of money and hit that part of scaling. Because if you want to scale, you need a lot of ads. And right now, like if you look at my vault, like my ad vault, I literally have hundreds of ads just waiting there for me to test, which that's what you should have as well. You should have literally a Google Drive, which I just call the vault, that it has literally hundreds of ads that as soon as one of your ads starts dying out, or as soon as you want to go into creative testing, you don't have to go and create all these ads. You can just like start testing all these ads immediately, right? So try to do this and be very disciplined on this, because this could be the reason why you scale to 6-figure a month or not. Okay. Other styles. So this is actually the style ads that is working a lot for us for our school. So we just launched our school for $9 a month. If you're right now somebody who wants to start a funding company and learn how to fund yourself, maybe you're a credit company, maybe you're a tax company, maybe you're an insurance company, maybe you're in the real estate space that wants to learn how to fund yourself or wants to learn how to fund your clients, you can click the below, join our school, where I'm essentially teaching you how to fund somebody between 50 to 150K. And that's what the school community is about, all about learning the funding product so you can fund yourself and start a funding company. So if you're interested in that, click below. But the ads that are really working for me right now have been B-roll ads, right? This one was AI generated. I have 2 here. But this ads right here, that is literally a B-roll. So this is me in the Keys. I live in Florida, if you guys don't know. So I go to the Keys often because I love riding our jet ski and being in the ocean. We love fishing and stuff like that. So I know sunset ads for some reason. I mean, maybe because it's very pretty, work very well. So it's literally a 10-second clip, right, of me recording a sunset. Here's a little bird that goes down. Actually, this bird catches a fish. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. But this right here is a little bird that literally jumps and gets a fish out of the water. The timing was perfect. But whatever. The point is that it's just simple text. It's literally a 10-second clip of me facing the sunset. And I'm like, want to add funding as a service? Learn how we made 6.7 million in 3 years for only $99 a month. Everyone, the simplest ad I created, right? And I have so much of these. Like I could show you my Canva. I literally have hundreds of these. I'll go to my phone. I see a bunch of B-rolls. There are like 5 seconds is too low. I like to do like around like 8 to 12 seconds. And I just put, since I know this text right here is working for me, I just changed the B-roll shot, right, the background, and just and keep the same text, and it's working amazing for me. For right now, it's like it's costing me less than like $70 to $80 to acquire an individual that pays me $9 a month. It's absolutely crushing for me. So you should maybe do the same for, I mean, in our mastermind that we just recently had. If you haven't watched the video, highly recommend it. We have a lot of clients running school communities, and I mean, I'm gonna give you a whole like. Let me first like scale the community to at least 200 or 300 members. Let me get a few more sales in the high ticket, because, and I'll give you the breakdown how that client acquisition model is going, but it's going really well for us. But I'll give you a more explanation on later on video, okay? So these are the different styles of ads that are working right now, okay? What I want you to understand that it doesn't really matter too much about the style. What really matters about the ad is what you're saying on the ad. So essentially the copy. Because I get this question asked a ton. Javi, what ads are working? What are the ads that are working right now? And to be completely real with you, all ads are working, but what really matters is the copy. What you actually saying on the ad is literally 90% of the battle. Especially after the Anjarma update, is that they truly want you to focus on the words that you're saying, and the words that you're saying is the targeting, right? So, no, excuse me, no longer are you gonna need to focus on about like lookalike audience, stuck interest, which I'm sure you still do it, like I still do to a certain point. But in the future, maybe next year or the year after that, they're gonna completely remove the interest-based targeting or the lookalike feature, and they're just gonna focus on you really creating a really good ad that is direct to your client avatar, and the words that you're saying in your copy is the targeting, right? So this is something that I wanted to keep you in mind, because most people get so obsessed of which style of ad. Oh, should I do static? Should I do B-roll? Should I do talking head? Should I do client results? All this type of like thinking, and doesn't really matter. What you should do is all styles, and what you should really put all your energy in is the words inside the ads. That is the magic in this, and especially after the Andromeda update, this is literally taken to a whole new level. The more focused you are and the more effort you have on creating good copy, the better the ad will perform. Now, there's so many tools that can help you. If you're not a good copywriter, there's literally copywriting AI. There's Claude. If you know Dan Henry, he just released his own called Artimo. That all these AI tools literally are trained to be a copy actually master, essentially, right? So if you're not really good at copy, write your own text, your own ads, and then put into some AI systems and test it and see if they could give you a better way of saying certain words. But that's pretty much something I wanted to focus right now. If you're running ads right now and you're not in our inner circle, which I don't know why you're not in our inner circle, if you're in this industry and you want to go to 100K per month, join inner circle. Like, I'm literally giving you my entire business in the box. You don't have to think about any other process. It's a 6-month program that not only do I bill you all the systems, all the automation, but I also give the skills you need to not only run ads correctly, but convert those ads into book calls and turn those book calls into sales, and then all those sales funnel them with fulfillment, so your clients are, happy about your services and they're mad. So literally the entire process, we scaled over 420 something funding companies right now, from the lowest making around 20 to 32K per month to the highest up to even $500,000 per month. So if you're running ads right now and you're not getting the results you want, highly recommend joining Inner Circle, where we could guide you through the whole entire process and delete guesswork. Okay, so now back to the video. So these are the style of ads that are truly working. Now, one of the things to keep in mind is which ad is describing a certain pain point. So something that a lot of our clients do is that they copy each other. Now, I was one of the, like 3.5 years ago, I was one of the first people that was like, if you're a business owner with a 700 plus square score, get approved for 150 grand. I'm sure that sounds familiar, but if you didn't know, I was one of the first people who have that hook. And unfortunately, 3 years later, everybody and their mother is using the exact same hook. And that is a good pain point, which it worked very well for me. But the problem is that everybody's saying the same thing. You do not want to say the same thing that everybody's saying, because guess what? If you're saying a certain line, a certain copy, right, you're put into a certain pocket in the algorithm. And if you're saying the same thing as somebody else, you're gonna get put into that same pocket. Now you're competing with that individual, so now cost is gonna rise. And whoever says the ad first usually has the lowest cost, because they have almost about majority of market share, if that makes sense. I'm talking about in the algorithm point of view when it comes to ad and running ads. So while you're saying the same thing as everybody, guess what? Cost will increase, because you're hitting the same pocket that people probably have. Like, let's say me, I spent almost over millions of dollars in that pocket. So if you come in a brand new ad account and say the same copy and copy the exact same ad that I have, and then you say like, oh, ad doesn't work. Well, no, God fucking damn, it's not the ad doesn't work, it's that you're copying everybody. And then your ads don't work, okay? So just keep that in mind, right? So what I want you to start doing is this. What are the different pain points I could say to attract attention in my ads, right? And what I mean by this, instead of saying, business owner with a 700 credit score, can you say scaling doesn't cost time, it costs money? And if you're a business owner with a 700 plus credit score, then you can go into that pitch, right? Or you're not stuck, you're unfunded. The reason why you can't scale your business is because you have capital, you have money in your saving bank account, but you don't want to touch that in case something happens. Why don't you fund yourself 100 grand of 0% interest so you can use that capital to finally scale? Or low, like I don't really like this. I was gonna remove it. I removed it in the next doc because if you say low cash flow, you might be targeting people who are broke, and that's not what we want. We don't want to deal with broke people. They're a fucking headache because they really want your services, but they can't afford it. So it's like, what are we doing here, okay? Or your business isn't slow, you're unfunded. Or what if you can buy your investment at 0% interest, right? Or you can scale if you can buy inventory, right? So these are different pain points, right? You can double your output if only you can afford the upgrade, right? So you're calling out different people with different point of views. So what I want you to do is, again, don't copy my hooks, right? Because like then you're not flexing the muscle of thinking, okay, what are the pain points that my clients have so I could talk to them directly? Like and I'm gonna talk about in a second, different industries have different pain points, but ideally what you want to do is have different pain points in different ad sets, okay? Let me give you an example. So like, imagine this, you have one CBO, right? And then especially in the new way of advertising, you need to have like at least 5 to 20 creative in one ad set, right? So let's say you have one CBO, one ad set. It could be CBO or ABO. Like it all depends how much money you want to spend. I usually like testing with ABO, and then I move all my winning creative to a CBO. But whatever, I don't want to get lost here in semantics. But so CBO or ABO, one ad set, Advantage Plus targeting, which Advantage Plus used to absolutely fucking suck. But for some reason, after the not for some reason, they know what they're doing. Facebook is a multi-trillion-dollar company. They want you to make money, guys. So a lot of people I see, a lot of advertisers, a lot of marketing, they hate like Facebook because they changed this, they changed that. All the algorithm sucks. It doesn't. It's just you're just suck at advertising. Facebook literally makes trillions of dollars because the ad platform. They want you to make as much money as possible so you can spend more money on them. Anything that they do is for a reason. It might not work right now. There are some updates that sometimes it feels a little bit wonky, things are not working, but eventually things start to click, the algorithm becomes smarter, and then boom, start working. Same with Advantage Plus. Last year, I would never advise you to do Advantage Plus because for some reason it wasn't working. This year, especially after the Andromeda update, it works really well. So have 10 to 20 ads inside. I would say minimum 5, right? With 3 to 5 pain points, with 3 to 5 styles of ads, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. So it's essentially one CBO or ABO, one ad set with Advantage Plus, and 5 to 20. I put here 10, but because I usually test of 10, but it could be as low as 5. The key is having 3 to 5 pain points, not the same pain points anymore. I know I made a video not too long ago of how to create, ads at scale, which I was like, hey, record 10 hooks, record, 10 bodies, Frankenstein together, and then voila. That doesn't really work anymore. It does work to some level, but what I've seen that's really working right now is actually having different pain points on different ad sets. So essentially just this, right? So this is why I made you this thing. So let's say you have an ABO or CBO, $100 a day, broad, stacked, or lookalikes. I usually can have 3. Like when I'm doing really good, like especially when I'm starting a brand new ad account, I want to do at least like one ad set that is completely broad, one ad set that is stacked with interests that are, based on the interest of my client, and then one lookalike stack. Like if you don't have a lookalike audience because you're just starting off, it's fine. But I like to do 3 ad sets. But the key is that inside those ad sets, you have 5 to 20 creative, and each creative has a different hook, or technically a different pain point, right? So you can see which one. So maybe you test all these ads and then only one may work, right? Maybe like all these creatives are, or all these not creatives, all these hooks don't work, right? And only 2 work. And that could be a possibility. This happens literally all the time. And then what you do is essentially turn off the ones that are not working and allocate more budget to the ones that are working, okay? Or the one that Facebook chose to spend more, okay? Now, what I want you to do also as well is to think about different hooks. I'm gonna kind of cover a little bit here, but again, I don't want to do this for you because then you're not, flexing the muscle of, okay, I need to do this by myself. Because if you're an entrepreneur, you need to be self-responsible. If your business is not growing, if you've been at 10K per month for the last 2 years, it's your fault because you're not growing the skills. You keep delegating marketing, which is like a huge fucking mistake. Stop delegating the most important part of the business, which is the heartbeat of the business, which is marketing. It pumps blood into the business. It pumps life into the business. With no marketing, there's no traffic, no sales, no money, no clients, no fucking business. So stop delegating your marketing to some fucking guy that barely knows how to run his own business, and then you wonder why you're getting horrible results. Stop doing that shit. Actually pick up your pants, put the big boys pants on, and learn the skill of marketing that I'm telling you, it will make you millions. So stop delaying that. You don't want to learn ads, you want to learn marketing, and you want to delegate to somebody that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. Stop doing that. Huge mistakes. Learn the ads, scale the business, then you can hire somebody when you actually have capital to hire somebody that's actually worth the effort and worth the paycheck. Stop hiring somebody for $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, and they're absolutely garbage. Okay, so universal pain hooks works for any business. So there's some hooks that you can start trying or start getting inspired from. Business isn't slow, you're underfunded, right? And then you can go beyond that. This is just the first 3 seconds of the ad. You could scale today, but only if you had the capital, okay? You're not stuck, you're short on funding. Your business is bigger. Your business is bigger than your bank account. This one is funny. So this could become almost like a comedic tone to it. But this is, again, a different hook than just saying business owner with a 700 plus square score, blah, 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 blah. You don't want to say the same thing as everybody. So start thinking about different hooks you can say. And this could be with videos. This could be with statics. This could be with B-roll, any style. Just make sure the thing that is capturing their attention, the headline essentially, is something different than just business owners with a 700 plus square score. Now, I have here some industry specific, like e-commerce. You can't scale because you can't buy inventory. Sold out equals lost money. Stop running ads if you can't afford to scale. So this is just some hooks. I'm sure if you know the industry better, you can have better hooks, but these are specific hooks speaking to the specific industry, okay? Can buy enough inventory. You need 100K of business funding to scale. Shipping delays due to cash flow. Well, did you know if you have a 700 plus credit score, you can get approved up to 100 grand in funding? Can't test enough creative because low on capital. Well, if you're approved for 100 grand of business funding, you can test more ads so you can sell more, right? Competitors buy in bulk and crush in price. Well, that's another pain point. Hey, if you can buy your inventory in bulk, did you know if you had 100K and 0%, now you can buy in bulk and make more profit per inventory? They say truck isn't the problem, capital is. You can't take a bigger load without better equipment. They need capital. If repair scares you, you need funding, right? Let's say a truck breaks down or a machine or whatever it may be, it breaks down. Well, you need capital in order to fix those problems. Costly repairs, few advances, can't add trucks or drivers, lost contracts because they can't take more routes. People who are underfunded need funding so they can operate better and scale the business better, okay? Real estate, deals die when you don't have capital. You're losing flipped to inventory with deeper pockets. That happens a lot in the real estate. One approval, your next property. These are just like simple, playful hooks that you can test out, or again, get inspired, because what could happen is people watching this video and they're gonna literally use the same hook. You get me? And these are hooks that I didn't put much thought into it. I was just kind of like giving some inspiration to you guys and just kind of sitting down and, working on a few ones, because I just want you to understand if you change your marketing angle, if you change your hook, especially if you have different pain points, the better your ads will perform, okay? Not enough capital for down payments. Hey, did you know if you had a 700 plus square score, you can get approved for 100K in funding? Slow rehab due to cash flow. hey, do you know if you had a 700 plus credit score, you're gonna get approved for 150 grand. Losing offer because they can't move fast. Hey, did you know the next offer you could buy it? If you had a 700 plus credit score, we could fund you 150 grand. You see where I'm going here? Hard money payments killing cash flow. Hey, screw hard money. It's daily payments, high interest. Did you know if you had a 700 plus credit score, you can get approved for 150 grand? I'm like a broken record over here. So construction, you can't finish a job without capital. Material costs more every month. Your crew needs tools, not excuses. So if you have a 700 plus credit score, we could get you funded up to 100 grand in funding so you can buy better tools to equip your team. You get me? So this is kind of like you're going for the pain of the actual business owner. If you can lean with the pain, and then you could go back into the hook that we all say, because we got to qualify them, they need to have a 700 plus credit score. You're differentiating yourself from the market and not just saying business owners with a 700 plus credit score that we've all heard that. We've been saying the same thing for 3.5 years. Please, for the love of God, change the angle, okay? And I could go a little bit on for restaurants and food trucks. Your kitchen isn't slow. Your cash flow is. You can go because broken equipment. We want to upgrade your equipment. Guess what? If you have a 700 plus credit score, we could get funded so you can improve your kitchen equipment, have better appliances, better whatever, so your team or your cook or your chef could make better food or whatever it is, right? The gym is another one. Your classes aren't full because the equipment is old. You could triple membership with one upgrade. Scaling a gym costs money, period. Did you know if you had a 700 plus credit score, you can update all your equipment, you can get better mats? This is one of our clients that we actually did this for, MMA Masters. I don't know if you know the story, but it was one of our first clients that we got funded. And then after that, they wanted to work on the agency, and we helped them actually become profitable. They were not too profitable for almost 10 years. We started working together. They made the first $1 million. Beautiful story, but there's the hook. And one of the reasons why they needed funding was literally to, they had old equipment. They needed to change a bunch of the equipment. They need to put vending machines in. It was, I don't want to make the story too long, but a couple things, right? Service-based business, you're doing 5 jobs because you can't afford one hire. Did you know if you had a 700 plus credit score, you could get approved for 100 grand and might finally make your first hire so you can delegate more? Your business isn't ready. Your business is ready, but your capital isn't, right? So this, again, different pain points on different industry. If you can't restock, you can't rank, right? So if inventory is your oxygen and you're running out, did you know if you had a 700 plus credit score, you can get approved to 100 grand so you can buy inventory? More, even marketing agency, beauty salons, car rentals. Well, car rental is high risk, honestly, because I used to actually own a car rental and it was very difficult to get funded. So you got to be kind of careful with this one. But it's somebody you can fund it, especially if the LLC doesn't say rental on it. You can definitely work about that. So Airbnb operators, HVACs, plumbing. Your equipment limited the job. You can't build a crew without capital. So all these are pain points. TPAs, tax. We could go on and on. But essentially, most business owners are struggling to access capital because they don't understand the credit system. Did you know if you had a 700 plus credit score? So this is just different hooks that you can use, right? Most companies fail to scale because they lack the capital to fuel the business. Did you know if you had a 700 plus credit score, you can actually get approved for X amount and actually scale the business correctly? Most businesses need capital to move fast. Whether it's equipment, inventory, or growth, money fuels everything. Without capital, the business stays stagnant. Okay, so these are just some angles that you can take or use so you can get essentially more. The whole goal with this is that I want you to understand that everybody's saying the same hook for a long time, and especially now after the Andromeda update, they want you to have as many different hooks. Well, don't. This is what I don't want you to do. Don't have every single hook here all different. What I would do is try like 3 hooks, 3 hooks, 3 hooks, or maybe 3 hooks, or 2, 2, 2, 2, right? That's what I was saying right here. This is kind of like the formula that I've been doing right now, and it's working very, very well. Is pretty much 1 CBO or ABO, 1 ad set, 5 to 20 creators inside with 3 to 5 pain points and 3 to 5 styles of ads. Okay, so this is now how the ad platforms wants you to run the ads. And if you want to be profitable and if you want to make as much money as possible, you need to perfect this side of the business and make sure your marketing is on point, because the better quality you generate, the better sales, right? And the more money you make. All right. That's it for this video. I hope you got a lot of value. Happy holidays. I'm giving you literally the sauce. I should be charging you for this because this stuff that we only talk in our inner circle, but I'm literally giving you the sauce. I'm literally giving you the information that literally people pay me 15 to 25K for absolutely for free. So you can go there, make some money, and then potentially join our program so we can help you hit 100K per month.